Hey guys, it's Matt with another shaving video, and yeah, today I'm going to be just doing pretty much a normal shave, but I'm going to be testing some straight razors that I honed for some customers and make sure that they're shaving properly before I send them out. So yeah, nothing too special. I'm just going to be using some MdC Fougere today. Got some new stuff to try out, but didn't really feel like experimenting today, so stick with something that I know. Alright, so my Plisson, I'm gonna lather up. Some very thick soap. I like that about the MdC. So I'm testing 3 razors today. The a Philharmonica 5/8, a little crown razors. I think it's a 6/8, maybe 5.5, and then a Wade & Butcher 5/8. I'm just gonna test them individually here. So here is the Wade & Butcher with the lava flow scales. You can't really, the pictures don't really do it justice, but it like sparkles. It's pretty nice looking scales. Alright. Alright, so, yeah. Shaves pretty nicely. Alright, I'll test the Philharmonica 5/8 Especial. Wow, this one has a totally different feedback to it, the way it sounds. Shaves great. Yeah, this is a half hollow, so it's not as loud as a full hollow. Wow. I like the way that one shaves. It's different. It's interesting all the different types of feedback you get with different razors. Wow. It's just a totally different feel. It's interesting. Now this little Crown Razor Co. Just a regular old Crown Razor Co. Boston, Mass. Round point. Wow. That one also has different feedback. Every one of those shaved a little differently. I mean, the edge felt different. And this one, yeah, this one's like a half round as well. It's a little. I usually have to refer to like the charts when I determine the grind, because there's some that are just very close to one another, but different at the same time. So I don't know if you can see that. But it definitely has like a wedge shape, but it's hollowed a little. I really didn't even notice that about this one when I was honing it. I do that all the time for some reason. I hone so many razors these days that I'll completely like finish honing something without realizing that it was a wedge. Like, really? It was a wedge? Like, that's why it was such a pain in the ass to set the bevel. It all makes sense now. Yeah, this stuff is so thick. Nice outdoorsy smell. Can't be mad at that. MdC fougere. Back to the Wade and Butcher. Very nice. Another thing about that Gokumayu 20K stone I've been using, I've been getting closer shaves, you know? Not just smoother, but closer. Like, I've got 2 days of growth right now, but it honestly feels like 1 day of growth. Like, I wanted to shave yesterday, but I was just like, there's nothing there. Like, I would just be doing it for fun because there's really nothing to shave. This filly has a very distinct feel to it. Trying to use the back of the blade so I can leave some for that other razor. Alright, back to the crown. I don't know if you guys can see when I do this side of my neck or not. Very nice. I know what I'm like, oh, so nice, shaved so well. I'm not just trying to like pat myself on the back. Like I'm genuinely, that's a new word. Like, this is me actually testing the razors for the first time. So sometimes when I hone a razor, even if it, passes all the tests and all that, sometimes I'm still a little nervous. Like, I'm not sure it's gonna be right, It might just need a little more work. So whenever I give it that test shave, it really lets me know whether or not it's ready to go or not. And sometimes they're not, and I've had a couple that had to go back to the stones. Mostly wedges though, because those things can be a pain in the ass. I know people at home that won't even take wedges. I'd hone a wedge for somebody. I mean, I don't prefer to hone them, but I could use the experience. Like wedges and razors that have uneven hone wear. Those are really the only ones that take more time and patience and perhaps skill. Yeah, it's like I want to keep testing, but there's nothing else to shave really. I guess I could hit it behind there. Plus I don't want to waste all this fougere. The fougere, the mitochondria fougere, it's not my favorite soap, but you gotta appreciate it for what it is. That triple milled, this stuff lasts forever. I mean, I couldn't even, whenever I went to buy it, I said this in another video, but when I went to buy it, it was sold out. So I found a place that had samples, these little sample jars, $5 a piece. I bought 2 of them and I've used them, I don't even know how many times. I've got plenty left in both jars. It just takes a little bit. I mean, I know I have a beard, so I'm using less than the average person, obviously, but nevertheless, you just put a little bit in a bowl or however you prefer to lather. It does not take much at all. So, you know, that alone kind of justifies the price. I mean, it's an expensive soap, but it's gonna last you so long. And if for whatever reason you don't like it, you'll be able to sell it. Somebody else will take it off your hands for damn near what you paid for it, I would imagine. Let's see. Guess I could clean up this little bit of fuzz on my cheeks here. Try to do that every couple of shaves. Don't let it get too out of hand. Again, I need to trim my beard, but I don't know, I go through phases where I just don't feel like it, you know. I'll just let it get a little bit beastly. No one really seems to mind, and you know, it's my face. And I don't go for like the smooth lines at the top. I've done that before, but I kind of like to keep it kind of natural looking, how it grows. My little fat cheeks. Keep switching razors. Well, some people were talking about how it's, you know, frowned upon to rinse your straight in the sink as opposed to wiping it on something. I don't really see why. If you're gonna be careless and just flail it around and smack it into something, yeah, then you should definitely use a towel. You know, when you're dealing with Philharmonicas and Wade & Butchers, you're not gonna haphazardly slam your blade into something. I suppose it could happen, but try to be cautious and aware of, you know, what you're doing. Just checking my eyebrows here. Every once in a while I gotta keep them at bay, you know. The struggles of being a man. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the shave and get cleaned up. Alright, so nice shave, nice and close, very close. I'm happy with the performance of all those razors. So I'm just gonna reach drop them up and send them off to their new owners. And shout out to Steven Joyner, who does this custom scales for me. Great dude. Does them for a great price. He'll probably raise his prices pretty soon because his demand for his work is starting to go up. So I'd imagine he'd have to. And I've got a custom razor coming from him as well. So looking forward to that. But yeah, just some witch hazel, and then I'll let that dry and throw in some Nivea balm like usual. But I won't bore you guys with that. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.